And welcome to GeoGuessr Multiplayer Live. We are starting slowly because I'm like that. So, I think we are playing Pinpoint-Night today, and what that means is we are gonna kind of playing moving game and enough time to find exact point, the exact spot. Time is very adjustable, and also the delay of the opponent's guess and things like that. That's the main thing that we are doing tonight. I hope you enjoy. The game mode is party, and party code is down there in the description of this live. There is a lot of text, so it's there at the bottom. There is the link, but a link is also there on the screen. You can see it there on the bottom left. There is party, and there is that code. Last Sunday we had very interesting and fun game, pro night. Tonight maybe little bit easy. Let's see how this goes. I'm taking a little bit slow because I'm sick and going to operation. I'm just saying that because I think otherwise you can think that there is something more complicated wrong with me. So I'm waiting you to join, and when you have joined, tell me there on the YouTube chat so I can know that you are there. Then we can start. Okay, I think this is UK maybe, or is this, no, this is not US because this is Sheffield. But where is Sheffield? Sheffield is maybe quite big, I think. Maybe not. It would be nice to find Sheffield. By the way, I think the game is little bit unfair towards me, because these games give me much too hard opponents. So it looks like I always lose. I have no chance of winning. Well, that went good, but there was the stadium or something like that. There read the name Sheffield, so it's not very hard then. Okay, and it's maybe Russia. I would say this is Russia. Yes, that's not a big problem, but I'm just a little bit disappointed when even I'm losing all my games. I'm still not getting any easier opponents. I lose every time, every game. And that is kind of You know, it's not fun. Okay, is this? There was kind of hills there and things like that. Where can this be? So maybe there. I thought about Ukraine, but it's not Ukraine, it's here. And by the way, remember to say if you already joined the live, so that I can know, because otherwise I have no way to know. I don't have that kind of window open now, so that I can see that you are here. Sorry about my English, by the way. Can't help it. English is not my native language. Okay, I have no idea. Not at all. But maybe USA or Canada. But otherwise this is kind of... Okay, what is this? Okay, now this is getting weird. I don't think there is very much clues, so maybe I will go there because I think it's there. It can be maybe here somewhere, but I really don't have any idea. Okay, and party is on there, so you can join. Code is there on the screen, and it's also there in the description of this live. Like you see, these guys are at a different level than I, totally at a different level, so every game I lose. So I'm kind of depressed on these duels. Of course I can game and come better, but I can't understand why I would bother if I only get opponents that are far too good for me. That is depressing. Because I don't think there is only extremely good players. Well, not extremely good, but not extremely good, but good. You will see that I lose. Okay, that was interesting. But that was accident. I didn't know that city or even the country, but I have some idea maybe for that country, but definitely not the city. That is impossible to be like that. Okay. That does not tell me anything. Okay, can this be? It's probably here. What kind of place names there are? I don't think that I can find those kind of things. Place names. Maybe that would be too much for me, so let's try to do this and see how this goes. Well, he is looking exact spot. Yes. Like you will see, I lose every game on these duels, and well, I'm bad. I'm real bad, but still, there are bad players. Other bad players beside me. Why they are not playing against me? Why I'm playing against players who know what they are doing? And very often it says that I'm still in silver. What was it? Okay, that's a flag. I know. It's somewhere over here. Is that Mexican flag? Colombia, Guatemala. It can be anything here. It's somewhere here, I think, but like you see, I'm not very good at this, and I'm kind of depressed because this is totally weird. Maybe Mexico. I think the taxi is kind of. Okay, let's try to do that. Okay, it's Romania. Okay. Nice. Nice, very nice. And he knows. So why I'm against him? I have no idea why I'm against him. This is so stupid. I'm really angry. Because I wanted to game, but there is no point. Let's try again. You will see. I lose straight away. But join the party and tell me so that we can start the real gaming. I need to start learning these from the start, and I can't understand why I'm some kind of place that thinks that I'm that good at that I can compete against those guys that you already saw. No idea. But that is really depressing. When I have no chance to win any games ever. Kind of makes me sad. Really. I think it makes me sad because why? Why don't have why do not have I don't have any chance? Okay, there is again, there is flag. Well, these things are not familiar to me. I don't know. I don't recognize that flag. And that's okay, but I don't understand why my opponents are all that kind of people that they know. I don't know. I know it's somewhere here, but I have no idea where. So moikka Timo, welcome Timo. I absolutely cannot win any game, not even one game ever anymore. So I'm so depressed on this whole game. What? Thank you. What was that? Okay, I don't care. Welcome. There is also urban planning. Okay, I thought that was familiar face. Okay, we can game. That is so cool. Let's start. I think I do maybe 2 minutes 30 seconds is quite good. Let's try this. We must polish this. Let's take away that text there, and let's go. And if we can find exact places, that would be cool. Yes, indeed. Hello. Hello for me also. I don't think that I have to put my message there yet, because you are here already. You are here at the YouTube channel. So, but when there is new players coming, so let's see if we can get kind of night and kind of evening where exact spots are found. Because this live started kind of little depressing moods, because I'm very disappointed on those tools. For me, I mean, because no chance ever winning even one. So what's the point? I think this could be kind of possible. I'm trying not to reveal my teammates' guess, but I think the letters are kind of revealing, but you have to know. You have to know. Okay, okay, interesting. Okay, okay. That is nice, but that wasn't me. That was my teammate who know. But I think you know. I think you know it. For that kind of guesses, it's usually not me. Sometimes, of course. Of course I can find some interesting thing or sign or something, and no, but usually it's not me. Okay. There are the places names, but that is not very helpful. In Russia there is never our letters, it's always that kind of Cyrillic letters or something like that. Okay. Okay, I will guess Ukraine also. I think Timo and me have a good team because urban planning is quite good. to put it nicely, he's quite good player. Okay, I mean it's not unfair that we are two of us and he's alone. I think somewhere over here would be maybe my guess, but I will see what Timo does and maybe change the. That is the. Okay, what is the? That is Denmark, of course. By the way, that is Denmark. So I will put my mark on Denmark. That of course can be dot. I don't know. Yes, this is my level. This is my level of gaming, and I can't understand why the game is not understanding that. Game is for some reason thinking that I'm some kind of expert and keeping me there. Okay, we won. That is cool. Thank you, Timo. I think this combination is very good because because urban planning is very good. So let's try Japan. Like I said, countries, even cities, and trying to find exact spots. That is not working for me, but I mean I can't find those kind of things in this time scale, but you can, and that's kind of the point. You can, and of course when we have good players, which I hope we have later this evening, I mean extremely good players, we can sort the time, so even 1 minute or something like that, and you have to find exact spot. But I think it's for this kind of game, it's nice that you have after guess time is quite long, just because Okay, sorry, I'm gaming. I'm gaming and it takes my thinking a lot. Especially when I'm speaking English and that's not my native language. Yes. But indeed, we have very interesting evening. I think I hope that you can enjoy. Come along and play and enjoy. So there is not one of those places. There is not even one place that is there. I have to do this on my level because I have no other choice. Okay, I don't know if I should open so much of my feelings, but okay. Here. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe I can open the game so we can have more players. I will do that after this. Okay. This is tough. Not very much in English. But there was English earlier. So that helps a lot. No idea. Maybe I just go there near Tokyo, so okay, that was good choice. Good choice. Even urban planning didn't find anything. And I think Timo didn't find anything either. Usually at least someone finds something when you have more than one good player, but this time not anyone find anything. Okay. There are hills, kind of not very high hills, but okay, there is a sign. Okay. Oh, okay. And there is some kind of Fuku something. And that is Fukusaki. I don't know. Maybe I go here because, well, that is Fuku something. That is Fuku something. Kasai. There is no Kasai here. Should there be Kasai here? Don't know. Okay. Yeah, it helps when there's two of us. But I think that that's only fair. Urban planning is kind of good player, so me and Timo, it's not too much for him. Tervetuloa Boltzman, kyllä se on taas sunnuntai. Yes, Boltzman, welcome. It's Sunday again indeed, and now we are playing a pinpoint. Okay, again. don't know. Yes, it's it kind of looks funny when I'm gaming because I have no clue of anything. But maybe you can understand that there is too much. And there is sea folk. And welcome. And let's change again. Let's do. Is there something urban? Pinpointable world. That is kind of nice. Okay, I will stay here because there is only very little players. Timo, you need to be active, please. Yes, indeed. I think Seafog also knows that we have live here. Timo, can you be active, please? Well, never mind then. Let's hope Timo can be active player also. Maybe that's okay. That's okay because this ain't so serious gaming. This is this should be fun. Fun game. Fun gaming with between friends. Sorry about stuttering. That is kind of okay. Okay, I would say some maybe there or something like that. Maybe there halfway. Okay, let's try to look at that. Okay, what is that kind of language? The letters, I mean. Indeed, I will go there. Okay. Yes. That looks like familiar from the movies and the series because there were the war movies. I try not to say what I'm doing exactly. Okay, now we are talking. Urban planning against a sea fog at the start. Timo also there. And I don't think that I can do very much of a difference here, but I will try. I will try. And also I try to not to reveal my teammates' guess too early. But I think Seafog knows also not to make his spot too early, so it doesn't show here when I'm showing the map to you because okay, I make my guess because I believe that Seafog can know this place and also urban planning. I think there is so many place names, so I kind of okay, not very close. Okay. What's the thing? What is the thing? I think you are just starting to get on the rhythm. Okay, this could be a little. Whoa. What is this? Okay. We are deep in the bushes. Whoa. Okay. That wasn't very helpful. It seems that we can't go there in the usual street view. But what is that place? I think that is a good question. Can these guys... No. Sea Fog already guessed. I will follow Sea Fog, but only at the last second that our opponent can't know. Because Sea Fog's guess is very useful. Even to opponents, but okay, I can't follow because... Okay, come on, urban planning, come on. Now you got some opponent here. Okay, that is... So the place was here. Place called Nelson, I think. Port Nelson, near Port Nelson. Interesting. Okay. I think I will open the game. Make your game public. And I think this is kind of chill. I don't know what you think, but I think this is chill. So let's try to do different maps. Okay. Let's go. Let's see how the United Kingdom goes. And if you see that I'm guessing somewhere outside of United Kingdom, that's me, because I forget what map we are playing. So okay, let's hope that we can have more players. No, that's not very good direction. And there is road names, but there is no places names. One place name would be nice. Some kind of place name would be very nice. No, okay. There seems to be a little bit of a problem to find. But I expect urban planning, Sea Fog, and Timo also, I expect that you can find this place. I really expect that you can find at least the area and kind of the city or something like that. That is the minimum requirement. I try to also do something. Okay. I go just somewhere because it's either Sea Fog finds it or he doesn't. It doesn't matter what I do. And I start hosting when... Okay. See what I said? Urban planning is kind of giving kind of wondering. Okay. I think this is somewhere maybe more north, maybe. Okay, I will go somewhere here. I think that's my guess. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Oh. Okay, interesting guesses. Quite not, but it was really here. Interesting. But good thinking. Definitely good thinking. There just wasn't any clues, any place names or things like that. I think. Okay, this is hard because this is not urban. This is not urban map or things like that. This is just UK map. So there can be quite rural scenery. This is almost like Clarkson Farm, but of course it's not. It doesn't look like this, of course. But okay. Okay, it's just, let's see. Hey, yes! Helping Seafolk is absolutely more useful than to guess on my own. Okay. Okay, these kind of things are extremely difficult for me. Because I also try to learn national tourist roads. Okay. What? Done? Okay. I almost said that is kind of Dundee is kind of Australia, but okay then. There is distances also. Okay, urban planning. No. Urban planning. Now you have to get a grip. Urban planning. Now you have to get a grip here. It's not your constant bad map. Okay. Bad map. Good excuse. Always good excuse. It was bad map. Of course I would have known, but it was bad map. Okay. Let's try that. No new gamers. What was that? All grey brick buildings, Scotland. Okay, all grey brick buildings, Scotland. Interesting. Okay, there is Valtteri also. That was very good that he have had a chance to join. Okay, interesting. Welcome, Valtteri. Welcome, Valtteri. We are trying to pinpoint the locations, and now there is Seafolk and urban planning against each other, and Timo is kind of competing there also. Quite good. So okay, I have no idea. No idea at all. Sandil. Okay. But I think that's enough time. Many occasions to know exactly. Also in here there can be some clues. Pictionary. Let's see. Can you pinpoint this? Maybe this is little bit too much because I think that we can't go outside this kind of limited view. We can walk here, but we can't go anywhere to normal street view, maybe. I don't know. Okay. Okay. I will make my guess also. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. There is Valtteri and urban planning and Timo on the same team. That is maybe a little bit too much. Well, not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Was in Africa. Okay. I don't think. That is funny. That is so funny. Try to pinpoint this. Okay, try to pinpoint. Okay, I will go there also. This is obviously impossible to pinpoint because it takes half an hour to find a sign somewhere in the desert. So let's see, there is still Valtteri and Timo left. Hey, look at me. I was closer. Of course it was not my guess, it was Seafog, but anyway, I take the credit even if I don't deserve it. Okay, I think this is kind of just a picture. So this is interesting to see what you are doing with this kind of maybe some vacation spot somewhere, but where? Can this be Greece, for example, maybe? Somewhere in Europe, I think. Well, that's not Europe where I am, but okay, it was in here. Little bit difficult. So, okay, I think this map is not the best. That map, this map is not the best. I think I don't know what you are thinking, but I don't think this is the best map. Let's see how this goes. Most of these maps are bad maps. If we are asking you, but I don't ask. I don't ask because I want to challenge you. I really want to challenge you. Okay, Seafog took the very fast guess, so okay, let's go. Okay, I don't do new guesses because I already guessed, so pinging is not very good then. But I think I did very good. Yeah, yes, I think Valtteri Urban Planning and Timo on the same team and Seafog just with me. That's maybe little bit unfair. unfair towards Seafog because okay interesting scenery, very interesting scenery, quite north I think. Oh yes, that was my guess, just because of those small trees they are in the north, very north. Okay, that wasn't very good map. Do we have more players? No, not exactly. Well, that is not very good map. Okay, what is happening? Valtteri and Timor against Community World for Pinpoint. Okay. that is interesting, but that was not what I was meant to do. Okay. Or intersection guesser. Okay, intersection guesser. That is interesting. Timo is inactive in these scenes also, but I don't think that Timo is inactive. Really, it's just a game trying to tell us that he's inactive. Okay. Okay, I think this could be maybe pinpointable because there are place names. If you know where to look, you can find quite exact place. Not maybe yes, I think you can find very exact place if you know the country and the area, so you have time to find. I think we have more players waiting there. Welcome. Also, welcome aboard. So this is really a pinpoint night, so we are trying to make interesting games and see how good you are if you are trying to find the exact point with moving, of course. That is otherwise kind of impossible. Okay. It is there. Seafog against Valtteri there. I followed, but I followed the wrong guy. Okay. This is maybe... I don't know. Maybe this is impossible. Maybe not. Well, no, it's not. It's not because there is sign. Up there is sign. But how can I get up there? Like this. Okay. That is very good. So absolutely you can know quite a lot. I don't know if you can do the exact spot from there, but if you know the country, you can make very good guess. I think based on that. So okay. Let's see. Let's see what is happening. This is really interesting. This is I think this is very fun. This is very fun. Okay, urban planning is kind of pinging the map, but that is, at least I already made my guess. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. I think we are kind of at the point when I can go hosting, and when I go hosting, you you should not make your guesses too early if you are here on the screen, because I will show how you are gaming. So put your mark late. Put your mark late when you are on the screen, but when there is many players, it's of course it's kind of that not one player is always on the screen. But I will change and change the thing that the players we are looking. Okay. Seafog is doing his thing, obviously. Quite impressive. Okay. My message there. Quick. And that also. And let's shuffle. Okay, well, that is okay. Maybe urban. Okay. Well, the community world is very good. Let's go with that. You can make a suggestion about the map. The game format is kind of like this today, but the time and things like that, it's on the table. So is this Japan? I think it is. I'm wondering if it's Japan and other guys are looking the right block in the city, I think. Maybe not, but many times they really are. Okay, there are place names. That kind of things. It would be nice if there was some city, maybe big city there on the sign. So okay, there is kind of, I don't think that we can find those kind of places. Okay. Let's see how this goes. And by the way, welcome new players. I hope you enjoy. We are playing fast games sometimes. Last time we did play very fast games. But this time, the pinpointable, the Bullseye game. I want to see if you can find exact spots and how good you are against each other by finding good spots. And again, I apologize my bad English. It's not my native language and I rarely speak English, so it's really not very good, but I hope that you can excuse me for that then. But make suggestions, what to do, what kind of games, what kind of lives, things like that. You can make a suggestion about anything, and if not in this live, maybe in the next. Okay, I don't have any idea, but I will follow like I usually do. But from now I'm hosting. Okay. Now we have maybe even a new Top Gun. And let's see how this goes. We have few Top Guns here already, but the more the happier. More the happier we are. There was some kind of sign there. Okay. Infants. I don't think it means that. Okay. Wrong language. Wrong language, but okay. Yes, I will follow, but maybe quite late so that people can't see my teammates' guesses. I just hope that I have time to follow my teammates. Okay. Yes, indeed. And other thing, why I'm quite, why I'm a little bit confused, little bit more quieter than usually. Maybe I don't think, I don't know, but maybe little more quiet is because I'm kind of sick. I'm going to operation on 13th of this month again, and I have pain and nausea and things like that. So if you notice that I am weird, that is part of the reason. I'm just saying so that you don't think that I'm just not care and don't mind about you gamers and viewers. Of course I really mind, and I'm so happy that you are here. Thank you for that. And we are gaming every Sunday on the same time if I can do that. I have the time and I'm healthy enough. And I think towards the fall and winter, this will be very consistent. Yes, but like you see, I'm little bit. Oh, I already made my guess. I can't follow anymore. But thank you, Seafog, for pinging. That is good idea. And I will follow your pinging. But now I kind of made my guess without thinking things like that. Okay, Seafog made his guess. I have to follow, but as late as possible. Okay, there is letters. Okay. maybe not exactly next to sea fog, but okay, Valtteri was a little bit but better, but no one was exactly there. But it was kind of what we expected, because these kind of things, they are not easy to follow. I think we will do something urban next, because urban is very interesting. In this kind of format, urban is very interesting, just because you really can pinpoint the place on urban, and there is skill involved. There is very much skill involved on that. I think this is Northern England, maybe Ireland, Scotland. My guess would be maybe Scotland, but I don't know. There is no sign, any sign anywhere. Okay. Well, there is not very much clues here. But I'm really expecting. I know your skills, and I really expect that you can find exact spots, especially on town maps. And we can make one town, for example, Paris, and you can find exact spot, but for that kind of game, the time is of course very short. But moving is allowed, so you can find some kind of sign or something, but you need to do it fast. Just because. Okay, is that in Argentina? I don't know. Okay. Okay, that is, I think that is place name. But I start hosting from now, because you obviously know that this is too much for me. This is too hard games. Very, very much too hard. And it's more fun, more useful for me and for you when I'm hosting. I will show how you're gaming, what you're looking, and you know that you are on the screen. Your game is on the screen, so you know that you don't make your choice too early, and that your opponent can know. So you can find clues and things like that, but you put your mark when you really know. I know there is one problem. Because if I show and other team has time to see that guess, it is kind of. Okay, Cordoba. I think Cordoba is kind of a place. Okay, sorry about yawning. Cordoba. Okay. Yes, this thing has some problems. Maybe when I'm just hosting, I can put more delay. Oh, okay, that was cool for me, from me, because that was my own guess. So I'm very excited about that. but unfortunately that is just one time and it's not enough. What? This looks like a different place than the last picture when I moved. And again this looks like a different place. Okay. They made the road. I think they made the road. And that's why it looks very different. There are letters again. But indeed, good hint is that you don't make your guess too early, because for the viewers I have to show the map and your guess is showing here. So don't make your guess too early. That is kind of unfortunate. But game goes very well without showing these things, and maybe even better. But the viewers, they are kind of lost if I don't show anything interesting, because my gaming is not very interesting. If I show here, like I look for the place and then I find it and spot it, that is not going to happen. I'm not that good. So if it's only my game that I show, it's very boring. So I don't do that. My guess would be maybe, okay, maybe somewhere over here. Yes, indeed, Seafog. Guess is quite late, so that I can also show people, because this is, anyway, this is live, so I want this to be exciting and interesting for the viewers also, and even those viewers who are not gaming. And every live is available. Just a second, I read. Well, I don't know. Every live is also available on recording here in this channel also, so you can watch also recordings. Okay, Australia. Now I think it's Australia. Okay. Wow! I got lucky! I got so lucky! I got so lucky! I followed Seafog and ended here. That was so lucky. Okay. Okay, I put my message there first of all. And then I try to find some urban something. Urban something. Urban roulette. Urban world. Urban world could be interesting. Okay. Not bad combination, but I will host. Maybe we have more even teams, even and shuffle. Okay, that is good. That is absolutely good enough. And now I can show you the gaming and this starting thing also. We can wonder and think. Okay, Seafog against urban planning. Let's see. Don't make your guess too early. Don't show the map and where you put your point, where you put your mark too early, but we want to see your game. I think game is stuck because urban planning is kind of frozen. Urban planning is kind of frozen. Maybe I should show someone else. Everyone is frozen. Can't understand. Okay, Valtteri is not frozen. This is kind of weird because of course I want to show players who are really playing and not inactive, but sometimes active players are also kind of frozen here. So we can see what is happening, and indeed remember Valtteri Sivok and others, remember that not to put your mark there on the map too early when you are here on the screen, because of course that tells your opponent, gives a clue to your opponent. Okay, interesting. I'm really excited to see how these guys are playing, because many of these guys, I think all but me, are extremely good players. And I mean extremely, really extremely good. So it's so interesting to see always what they are doing to find the places. Where do they go? What do they look at? How they make their choices. And that is interesting. That is really interesting. Okay, I would say maybe yes, USA, but not more. That is fast. That is fast. Kind of expected that from those guys, but they are finding clues very, very fast. They are finding clues very fast. Okay. And this is result. Interesting. By the way, thank you again for being here. And that is so awesome. There is Arpan Sarangi. And let's get urban planning. I don't know who's active and who's not. But that's okay. That's okay. And urban and urban planning. Remember not to put your mark too early. And welcome Urban also there on the chat. I saw your message. Welcome. And thank you for subscribing. Like you see, this is very, very small channel. Very, very small channel. So I'm very happy for each player. And it's not the kind of how many subscribers or how many viewers. It's just I'm happy when I can do something that is fun and interesting for you. That's the point. Of course I can play by myself anytime, all the time if I want to. But that's not the point. I want to make this the thing that is fun. And again, I say that I will do this every Sunday at the same time, if I'm not too sick. I can be, because for example now I'm going to operation in the hospital again, but when I'm not too sick, I will do this, because I really enjoy. It's so cool to game with you, learn from you, because I am learning from you. I have nothing to teach you or nothing to kind of give you the knowledge or something like that concerning this game. It just I'm learning from you, and it's absolutely impossible for me to get this kind of teaching from players at your level without this kind of thing like this live, because we are not gaming against each other there on the duels or anywhere there. We are totally on the different level. Okay, now we are talking. It's Singapore, and you are all there, and the closest guesses are quite good. Not exact place, but good, very good. Okay, what is this? This maybe could be Florida or something, I think. Australia, New Zealand. Let's see. But let's change the gamers. Let's try to find someone who is active and playing. Walter is playing. Is urban planning is playing. Danny maybe. Sorry. Welcome, Danny. My English is kind of like me, so kind of broken. But let's try to do with that. I think this is going well. And also my talking is kind of interrupted, because this is interesting to look. I really try to look what you are looking, what you are doing, because I'm beginner. I try to learn, and I'm very interested to see. It's very rarely that my level player can see what the good players are doing inside the game. That is very rare, almost impossible. So thank you for sharing your knowledge. Urban planning was fast, really fast, but do he know what? Okay, do he know what he's doing? Okay, there is Jacksonville. That was Jacksonville. Okay, good guesses, very good guesses. Okay, let's change again. I don't know if Timo is active or not, but I think we will see. No, Timo is not active at this point, and I will of course kick out inactive players from time to time, because it makes sense, so the game goes smoother. But it's not that I want you out. On the opposite, I want you in. But if you are not playing right now, I will kick you out, and you can join again, even right away. When I kicked you out, you can join after 1 second if you want, and you are as welcome as ever to game. It's just if you are not gaming and there is inactive players, that is kind of making game little bit weird. So it's easier that there is no inactive players, at least very often and very much. And also, for example, if every player has made their guess, the round ends, but if there is inactive player, the round continues to the end, just because inactive player can't make a guess. It's impossible to make a guess if you are not playing. Okay, this is really interesting to see. But remember that if there is something you don't want to reveal your opponents, then don't show the map. Don't show the map. And maybe the view or things like you don't want to your opponent to see. But I don't think it's really a problem, because you are at the level when you don't follow. You know, like you see here. You don't follow other guys. You know. You find out and you know. Okay, Seafog is keeping kind of his place, but we have tough competition. Okay, this is interesting. Let's take a good look. And let's change. Let's take Danny. Let's take urban planning. And let's see. We have quite even teams here. Let's hope that we can have even more gamers and players, and of course viewers. If you just want to watch this live, that is awesome. I'm happy, because the live is the thing that I do. I didn't make this game. I can admit that I didn't make this game. It was GeoGuessr. But I do this live. And if you are enjoying and so on, that is cool. Either watching or gaming or both. Well, if you are gaming, it's useful, very useful to also watch. So, but okay, I go silent because this is so exciting. It's so interesting to see when we see what Danny is doing. Can he find something that tells more about this place? Can Danny find more clues? Okay. Indeed. Danny challenged Seafog head on. Okay, that is interesting. And Danny is not a waste of space. We can see that. Danny is Top Gun also. This is interesting because I think this is hard. Of course, there can be some clues there when you take a few steps. But is there? And I think here is also kind of chance that even the best player, for example here, when you are going on the different directions, on the opposite directions. So if someone finds a sign, but you didn't find that. But you see here on live that there is a sign. You can also make guesses based on that and things like that. Because it's kind of fair. Because I try to show everyone's game. So everyone is kind of under spying sometimes. And everyone is sometimes on a position to spy from others. So it's kind of fair. And it's kind of chance if you can get advantage from that or not. It's kind of more twist. But I think this level players, they don't have time to kind of look what others are doing. I think that was Russian bus stop. Because only artistic thing in Russia when it was a Soviet Union was the bus stops. Everything else was said by and from the government. Every design and everything. But the bus stop was the thing the designers can do freely. So bus stops in Russia are very, very interesting places. So this kind of city, it kind of possible to find, but the Cyrillic letter. So okay, now we have a challenge. Let's see, Valtteri against Seafog. My guess would be this is France, because the signs are kind of, those signs are kind of Spain. Lisbon. Maybe Spain. Portugal. Portugal. Spain. Yes, it's interesting because in France there are that kind of signs and it is very confusing for me. Okay, there was a good hint. There was absolutely a good hint. But of course I don't read it from there. That was kind of... Yes, and another. Okay, interesting. Seafog really found a very good clues. And I think Valtteri also has found very good clues. Interesting. And this is so educative to me. And every beginner and learner. Oh. Yes, that is the level I meant. That is kind of what I expect from you, and I know that you will answer my call. Because there is time. There is too much. Maybe too much. But enough time. There is enough time. 150 seconds. That is quite a lot of time to find clues. And at this level, that's more than enough. Yes, and Metro too. Indeed, yes. Okay, that was a little bit long time ago. But yes, indeed. Boltzmann is, by the way, Boltzmann is Seafog, who we can see here. Those are little bit hard sometimes because I can't remember everyone who is who. And sometimes in the chat, their YouTube chat, I don't know who is talking, who is here in the game talking when the name is totally different. Okay. This is interesting. This is very interesting to see. How close? Okay. Valtteri and Seafog both left the second place because the best of both teams are not them this time. So can we get Arban's, wait a minute, Arban Sarangi, something like that. Sorry about pronouncing. My pronouncing of English is kind of from the sewers. So sorry about that, but I do my best. And I really hope that you can enjoy the game and the live. Even me, yeah. I kind of messed it up. I mess up everything because I know some of you must be thinking that this would be fun if only there wasn't that host. That is annoying. Host doesn't know anything about this game or anything about making a live or things like that. Am I right or what? But like I think you can hear that I'm very happy. I'm very happy to be here with you, offering you something. Interesting. When I'm quiet, I'm really looking very hard what these guys are doing there on the screen. Because I'm trying to learn and also to remember, because I was little bit better, not a lot, just a itsy bitsy better before, but I took a very long break from this game and from making lives and videos, so I kind of forgot a lot of those things which I already kind of knew and remembered just a little bit, but it was better than it is now, and that's why I'm also trying to remember things. But it's very useful to look what you are doing. Okay. Close. Very close. That is kind of expected level. It was Sydney. Very close. Sydney indeed. Let's change that from time to time. So red side is a little bit behind, but this is already around 11, I think, so game is very even. Because there is, of course, there is multiplier. So one bad guess can ruin everything. Interesting. And remember, if you are here on the screen, do not reveal any secrets. If you want to keep something for yourself, don't show it here. I think you know. Because otherwise this is not very interesting. Okay. Yes. There we can see Seafog. He has a nice hat. Indeed. Nice hat. Nice hat, Seafog. Not more players. Less players than before. Okay. Quite a lot of inactive players, but I think that will be fixed. Barry, welcome, you are more than needed here. Let's try to get Larry also. Barry also here. Okay, that is good. Let's go gaming and hope that Barry will reveal himself. And there is Barry. And let's hope that Barry will say hi there on the chat too and reveals himself. So that I can know. Well, that's not demanded anyway, but it's easier to game if you are also watching this live. It's very much easier, because otherwise this can be very confusing to know what we are doing. Okay. And let's see also on what level Barry is playing. Let's see. Do we have another Top Gun? Okay, Barry is, I think, very good guess. There is I don't say the names because I'm quite confused. I think I know the city. I know the city already. So I am expecting a lot. I am expecting a lot right now. Because if I can know the city, I think they have to know exact spot. I think it's kind of demanded thing. There is no chance that these guys don't find that place. That is impossible. I think both teams will find this spot. Okay, not exactly, but very close. Very close. Valtteri was the best. Seafox second. Okay, Barry there. Okay. Barry is very good also. I kind of expected that. Okay, let's see. This kind of view. Okay, not the easiest. Not very much science or things like that. And again, I will say that thank you so much for coming here. I'm doing this channel even, and especially this live and game, because I'm sick, very sick. And that is also the reason why it's sometimes kind of a mess. So I hope you understand if it's sometimes annoying when I'm stuttering or being quiet or something, or messing something up, or not reading, for example, not reading chat at all. That happens usually. Also, it has happened very often, and that is all things that happen when you have, for example, pains. So but considering that, I think we can enjoy. I think we can enjoy together gaming. Okay. Indeed, it was Valtteri against Seafog. Houston, very close. Very close indeed. Okay, others didn't get to Houston. Okay. Okay, that is interesting looking place. Let's see shortly what this place look like. Can you make your guess if you are just watching, not gaming, but just watching? Because I hope that some of you who are watching are doing that without gaming. That is also possible. And even for those who are gamers and play GeoGuessr regularly, you can watch, because I'm also old and things like that. So I have little bit difficulties. For example, if I'm gaming in this kind of parties or something, and I needed to watch also the live, there is a limit how much I can do both at the same time. So maybe I would game and just glance at the live, and afterward to see better. Okay, that is Barry, Valtteri, Seafog, Barry, and I need to watch. So that is that Arban Sarangi, that one? Okay, there is one question mark. Who is that one? Okay, let's see what happens. Arban Sarangi is totally still. So okay, not good, because the game doesn't make this easy. It can freeze gamers, so we can't see anything even when they are playing sometimes. But today this is going very, very nicely, because this has worked right from the start up to this point. quite flawlessly. So there is one more thing to be very happy. Oh, there is fine clues. There is so fine clues, but and then let's see where they lead. And gamers, remember that if you are here on the screen, don't show any secrets. Don't show any secrets. Because other gamers who are watching can really see what you are looking. So keep that on your mind when gaming. But of course, I believe that no one here is following others. It's useless when you are good enough. When you are good enough player, there is no point to follow others. It's more useful to find out for yourself and make your own guess. I think, based what I've seen earlier. Okay. Yes, Valtteri found very good signs. I think there was not a sign that told the exact spot, but there was very good signs. That is kind of tree that I usually make that is eucalyptus. If it's kind of like Australia, otherwise I would say that this is Australia. I can say that because my clues are useless. My clues are totally useless. So no one can get any advantage from my clues, but I'm happy if I'm kind of on to something there. And I think I am. Moikka kesäsade! Kiva nähdä sua. Kiva nähdä sua taas. Ja koitetaan tehdä Suomi-live. Toivotaan, että saataisiin Suomi-liveenkin jossain vaiheessa niin kuin pelaajia sillä, että voitaisiin pelata Suomi-karttoja ja suomeksi. Ja mä tykkäisin, mutta vaikea on muutenkin löytää pelaajia. Okay, sorry about that. That was Finnish, by the way. I'm from Finland. And that is kesäsade. So summer rain. And he's our viewers and gamers. So, but mainly on Finnish games, and it's always nice to see her here. Even just to say hi. It's not everyone's cup of tea to game the world maps and compete. It's no one. When I think little bit more, this is no one's cup of tea because this is so fast. You are so unbelievable. That is amazing. Okay, everyone is here. Barry is kind of a different side, but others are very close. Valtteri is not maybe in here, but interesting. Sorry about my talking because okay, but by the looks of this, I would say this is Japan. That is a good start for gamers, but where? Do you have 150 seconds? Is it enough time to find at least kind of the city or area or something like that? Or direction from some city if there is road signs to somewhere. So then maybe you can know from where roughly it is. Interesting, very interesting. Oh, I kind of scared because I watched there on other screen and I kind of thought that the sound is off, but it's not. That would be kind of annoying. Okay, there is the right city, Barry, and that is, I think, Arpansarangi. Hard name to remember. Everyone was, by the way, on the right city. Is Timo here? I wonder. Is Timo still here? I think he's not, but I'm not sure. I think Timo is maybe inactive, so we can remove Timo maybe. Yes, I think Timo has something else to do, but of course Timo can come back like you all can. Inactive players are kicked out time to time just because it's game and it's game demands that kind of to be smooth and enjoyable. So I will do that, but you can come back right away, and I hope that you come back right away. By the way, Summer Rain, what are you doing? How are you feeling? Okay. Oh, 5K. Now we are talking. And 2.7 kilometers. So now we are talking. That is more like it. But that I admit that is a good. That is a good guess. Okay, I think this is maybe a little more challenging. My guess would be it's somewhere in Africa, but that's just my guess. And let's put urban planning there. Is urban planning here? Yes, urban planning is here. Inactive players are a little bit hard here time to time. Now you can see why inactive players are kicked out, because the smooth game and smooth live and the whole experience needs that we don't have inactive players. So, and because you can come back right away when you want, and it's kind of expected that you are not here all the time. You come here and game, and then you do other things and are inactive, and then you are kicked out, and when other things are done, then you come back and game again. That's the point. That is the point. So and indeed You can make suggestions how to play, what kind of lives, and you can do them anytime, anywhere. So you can do it here on the chat if you are something comes into your mind, and maybe one good choice is when you have some idea after the live, you can still say it, because this same live will be there in the format of recording there in the channel. So you can put comment there in the recording, comment the recording of this live and tell me what is the thing that you kind of figured out after live, or it can also be that you don't have time to write things down here when you are gaming. That is of course. Okay, Valtteri and Seafog are here very close. Not the best guess is that is Barry. I think that is Barry. Okay, interesting. Let's continue. It's boring when you show that kind of still pictures long time. Sorry about that, but I'm old. I'm slow. Okay, this is round 11 again. It is nice that we can have 11 rounds, and I think we have had maybe even 18 or 19 rounds sometimes. When we have, usually when we have very top guns here, they are so close each other and so exact that is the thing. And of course it's kind of more familiar format also than the no move thing that you are mainly, I think you are mainly playing. I can make that assumption from your hat even sometimes. Okay, interesting. I think there is the thing that you almost found out, but not exactly. Arban Sarangi almost had the time to find out, but not exactly. Okay, let's have a quick look. Okay, interesting. Maybe a little bit USA feeling there. Round 12. And still almost even. That is very small difference between teams. And it's also a good thing that here when we have teams, everything doesn't fall apart when you make one bad guess, because other players will patch up when you mess up one time. Okay, interesting. And if you are wondering why I'm so interested to look at your gaming, that's because I try to learn. I'm beginner, very much beginner, and it's very useful, very learning to me to watch what you are doing, because especially when you are in a hurry, when you're or what you usually are, for me at least, in the duels with other players, when I'm playing duels off screen, I have a hurry, so when I know how I should move, what things to watch, what is useful and what's not. Well, there is a lot of things that I also do, so I'm not doing everything wrong, but I think the speed, main thing is the speed. You make in 10 seconds things that takes me 2 minutes or maybe 3 minutes. That's interesting. Oh no, that is 2 meters against 12 kilometers. Okay. Okay. Nice. Very nice. Indeed. Not bad for others either, but that is 5K is always so nice to do. Even I do 5Ks sometimes. Not very often, but sometimes. Well, I can do quite good games sometimes in Finnish maps. I do in Finnish language and game Finnish maps there, and they are the videos of my channel. So there I kind of little bit know what I'm doing, but this is kind of thing that I try to observe and learn and think and wonder and everything like that. How to do things. Okay. I think there is Barry, there is, I can be wrong of course, Barry, Valtteri and who is that? I know, but I can't remember right now. Is that urban planning? I maybe. Well, I don't say anything because okay. Interesting looking place. There is even a flag, and there is also a US truck. And there is not much of those in Europe, I think. Not even in Asia. I mean Kenworths. Don't know why, but there is not just that. Okay. I think the flag got recognized. But how about the city? Yes, indeed. Who is the closest? Who is Valtteri? Barry? Not very far away. Seafog is little bit behind, not much, right city, but this time you need to do better than just a city. Because this is the pinpoint. So you need to... you need to be as exact as possible. Those are, by the way, those are very interesting things which these guys are looking. And I know they are useful because it's about these guys. They don't look very much useless things. They know what they are looking for and how to find it. So this is kind of educational video also. Indeed. But can you find exact spot? Close. Very close. Very close. But that is kind of center. I think you go center first and then move if you have enough time to find exact spot. You move there. Okay. Then we have this kind of scenery. Okay, this even can be a little bit European. Okay, let's see. By the way, this is already round 14 or 15 or something like that, so nice work. Nice work, guys. You are absolutely killing it. Okay, interesting. Yeah, these guys again, these guys knows very close where this is, and then you can find road signs and things like that. For me, it's not like that because I have no clues at all where we are. So these kind of road numbers and things don't mean anything if you don't have a clue where you are. But in these cases, they are very useful. I also use them in Finnish map, where I know what I'm doing about. Not very much, but okay, now we are talking. Now we are talking. There is Barry and Seafog, kind of even. Both was very close to find it. Very near. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens. Kind of Eastern Europe feeling. Serbia, Hungary, places like that, based on those letters. But of course, that is just me, and I'm not very good at this, so never mind about me. But Eastern Europe, I would say. I really hope that you have enjoyed this live. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is the point of this live. Look at this. Barry against Valtteri. And of course there is also Arban Sarangi there, I think. Okay, I can be wrong. I'm usually okay, never mind about that. I say things that are ridiculous, but that's okay. Okay, there are road signs and this should be quite possible. This should be quite possible for these guys. Round 18, by the way. And this is one of the longest games. Well, I don't know. Maybe we have had longer earlier. Before the break, I think we have had 30 rounds or something like that. But not very recently. Again, I'm interested to see, because there is road numbers, but you have to know roughly where you are. Only after that you can use the road numbers and things like that. They are useless if you don't have a clue. But these guys have a clue. Whoa. 3.5 and 27 kilometers, and Seafock is the closest. Walter is closest red, and Barry is also here but not as close. Okay, blue team, good blue. Nice. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see if we can give these guys some clues here. I think I have an idea what is this place. Place where there is also a glass pyramid. No, it's not. It's not. Language is wrong. So forget that. Europea. Okay, European maybe. Okay, that is exceptional knowledge if you know that. Okay. I think we can see here something unbelievable after this round. I think we can see something unbelievable. They knew that. Unbelievable. That is really something. Yes, Valtteri knew that. Okay. Museo Nacional de Art de Catalonia, Barcelona. In Barcelona. Seafock and Valtteri was both there. And then we have this. Okay. Interesting looking place. Let's see. Round 20. Round 20. This is tough call. This is kind of games that I hope to see on this channel, because I think for me these are very interesting, very enjoyable. Now of course just to watch, but it's kind of understandable because this what you see here, that's not my level of gaming. So if I game totally out of my league, and that is not very nice because you are frustrated, and you know, if you are doing something that is totally out of your league. Okay, interesting. So I think it's here in Pari. Okay. Close. There is Valtteri and Arban Sarangi. Yes, Arban Sarangi, I think. Okay, interesting. There is C. 5K, 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 5K. 21 rounds. Okay, this is something. This is really something. Okay, let's see. How many rounds before? Because damage is blue, there is 5 times, and red there is 7 times. So there is not very much space to make mistakes. At least the whole team. Of course, one of team members can make mistakes, and no one knows all the time. There is no such a player in any game who is always right, who is always perfect. Everyone fails. And that's the time when you need your teammates. They have to come and rescue when you make a mistake. And that is what we are seeing here. There is only few points there difference. Under 100 points difference. After 25 rounds. Or after 20 rounds. Under 100 points of difference between the teams. This is one of the toughest games yet. At least after the break. Before the break because there was very much players. Okay, that was in Ottawa. So that was hard hit. Because it's here. It's in Ottawa. And the closest guesses, Seafock took the Montreal, and Barry is in Toronto. So very good guesses, but not the exact points. And that was maybe enough of mistake, but this is time when it's all about one guess. One fail is enough. One fail is enough. Because multiplier is so big now that you are out when you are just a little bit less accurate than your opponent. And let's see what round is the thing that makes the difference. Okay, that is so interesting. See? Again. There is Seafock, Barry, and Valtteri. All in Pari. No one found exact spot, but everyone found Pari. Let's see if there is some clues already to players before the round. Not very much. Those kind of places like this, they are kind of hard for me because kind of this kind of places you can find in so many places, so many countries, even so many continents. So this is time to learn. For me, I mean. These guys are already learned. They are absolutely good enough. They are good enough. But for me, and the direction of the road when you are pinpointing, that is absolutely a good thing. Looking down and the direction of the road, that is very useful. Okay, again no one knew exactly. There was no time to find exact spot, but that is what we are expecting. This map is too easy and bad. Excuses. Seafog. Yes, no, well, you are right. Biggest cities only, yes. Yes, indeed, you are right. I admit. But this is fun. I still think that this is fun. And when you can make 5Ks every time, sorry, only then you can say it's too easy. Because now there is difference between players, between teams every time. So it's not too easy. But you, of course, you are right. This is quite easy. But I also kind of try to benefit for myself, because these kind of things are things that also I can do at my level. So for me, this is so useful. Now, and I also am going to look at the recording later and see how these guys are gaming, because that is the thing how you learn. By learning things, remembering things, but also looking when someone who is really good is doing that thing. Sorry, I'm kind of coughing and things like that, but let's hope that gets better after hospital trip next week. Okay. Yes, but for me, this is very useful. And I hope that someone who, like me, is beginner can get also hints here. Okay, close. Barry and Seafog are here. Walter is a little bit there on the side, maybe not enough time. I think that can be. Let's take Seafog and Barry. I try to show everyone. By the way, I think Timo is not here. Timo is not here anymore. Timo can of course come back, but we have to remove Timo because I think he is inactive right now. Busan World Expo. Okay, interesting. Yes, again, these guys right away knew very much, but how close can they get? How close? Whoa, sea folk! Did you see that? Did you see that? Hey, that was cool because I watched that. That was really cool. Let's see, last spot. Like you see, all the guys are here in Seoul, but there is only one guy who is in Busan. And there was the sign Busan World Fair or something. I read about that. And Sea Fog is only one here. Okay, I put my message there, but there is, I think those guys are gone, long gone. Okay, let's shuffle. I wait just a second. Let's write it there. Be active. And I kick inactive players when we wait just a second. But let's take that part. No. That is, maybe that is kind of, let's try something. Community work. Okay, that is good idea. That is good idea. That is quite good. Okay, we have very much inactive players. What we should do? Well, let's go. Too many inactive players. Okay, Timo is inactive. I kind of know that, but half of the players are inactive, so if I would have kicked them out, there is not anyone left. Well, it's also like how life goes. So this is small channel and sometimes we don't have enough players to game at all. That can be. And I think we are kind of going towards that. X last Kiwi is also inactive. Yes, I think we don't have players anymore. Welcome, Ravin, if you are still there. I don't know. This kind of thing. Okay, Let's go. But I think this map is maybe for little faster gaming. This is not very much of the no move. I think we don't have players anymore. I think everyone has left, so let's see what happens. I think the red team will drop now because there is no one on the red team. I think Timo is not there. There is X last, there is Ron. No one of them is there anymore. So let's kick inactive players out after this game. But I think that there is active players, but they are all in the same team, yeah. Yes, now it is. We have to kick inactive players away because. Okay. Can you see it here? So, just in case, I put my message when we are waiting if someone wants to be active. But this looks like we don't have any players here. Okay, I take a duel. Okay, there is. Okay. Now we have only 2 players. Now move. Okay, there is only 2 of you, like you see. So let's make duel. And let's make the basic game. You don't need very much time, so let's make it 20 seconds. No move, pan, zoom, nothing. Okay, let's see if there is all things. Because indeed, you 2 are only 2 who are left here. This kind of thing. Okay. Let's see how long you can last against each other. If we don't have any more players, I think we are done for today, because like you saw, there is no one here. Okay. Good guess. Good guess. Next. These kind of signs are kind of France is like that, but this is not France, for example. So those signs are elsewhere also. But this is, for me, this is good time to also learn. And let's make it so, if you are okay with that, urban planning and urban sarangi, because there is only 2 of you. If you want, you can already think after this game, you can ask what kind of game against each other you want next. Let's make one more final game between two of you, and you can tell what's the game format you want. I will do exactly the game you like, the map, the time, the moving, zooming and all of that. I will do the game you want. Okay, that is cool. Maybe if you disagree, then we can make that the winner decides. Winner of this game decides, but I think you agree most of times. You like same kind of games. Whoa! Nice! Congratulations! Okay. Yes, there is no one except you two. So make a suggestion. Same settings work for me, says Arban Sang. Okay, let's do that. And like you see, this is the last game before we end this live, and because there are no one, and that's okay. That's okay. It happens sometimes here. Sometimes there are people, sometimes there's not. And it seems that today is the day that there is not anyone here. But I think we have had very interesting, very enjoyable games. It is so cool to watch. Oh, that was hard hit. That was interesting because Arpan Sarangi went here, South Africa, and the spot was here indeed. It was in England. In UK, that was interesting. Very rare mistake for that kind of level players. But like I said earlier, it happens. It happens. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. It's hard, one against one, it's hard to get equal players because there is so much level difference. Okay, it was here in Mexico, and you were both in Colombia. Interesting guess. Okay, this kind of scenery is next. I think this is what I call maybe Rockies. Rockies, but is it Mexico or is it USA maybe? Maybe it's more like USA. Let's see. Okay. Whoa! Okay, that is amazing. That is really amazing because... Okay. Okay. That is cool to see. I would say this is UK. I would say this is UK. Let's see what you think about that. Arban Sarangi is in danger there because he already lost very much points there. But yes, it can all come into one point. So again, even. So now there was difference in other way. Okay. I can show this. Even the players can't move. I can there. By hosting, I can. Okay, let's see. Okay, Arban Sarangi, that was a cool comeback. Congratulations. That was really cool comeback. Because you took the hit early on. Very hard hit. But you bounced back and won. That is awesome. So, thank you so much for being part of this live, and I hope you have wonderful rest of weekend and things like that. And remember, next live is next Sunday, and next live is always